Guys, Chris back with another Walking Dead review, and today we're going to be talking about the season 8 finale entitled Wrath. So, this episode I was very happy with because they decided to go the way of the comics and to have Rick preserve the idea that Carl set forth, which goes back to the episode, and I believe it was the first episode of the second half of the season, when Rick is reading over those letters to Carl, unless that's another part of the season. There might have been a couple episodes prior, but point is, what I enjoyed was just how they connected that, and that everything from the very first episode of Rick standing there underneath the tree to him sitting there in the finale really brought everything full circle, and I thought that was a really great moment. Now, as far as how things are going to go going forward from here, I'm pretty sure that we're moving towards the Whispers as far as the next major threat if we go the way of the comics. Of course, you also have that little alliance brewing with Maggie, planning to sort of show Rick that his way is wrong when it came to letting Negan live. Which is actually funny because considering the way Negan is right now in the comics is actually interesting. So it's going to be cool to see how he grows as a person going forward into season 9. And how that's gonna really work out. I'm not sure how big of a time jump we may get going forward into season 9. Whether it'll be a great amount of years or maybe not that many, but I'm sure there will be a time jump as there was in the comics, and that there will be some new challenges going forward. I also really liked the idea of how Sadiq tells Rick the full story of how Carl was bitten, and of course how Rick quotes Sadiq from the one episode, "My mercy will prevail over my wrath," which I thought that was a great message. So really, I like the whole idea of this episode. You know, it's kind of a good ending after all this violence, and it's sort of a good idea because as in the comics this is a new beginning. I think this can also be a new beginning for the show. The show's kind of been in a little bit of a downward slope ever since season 7, so maybe hopefully season 9 can sort of elevate the show to new heights going forward, and I think it could be something to really look forward to in season 9. So definitely a lot of things to look forward to in the next coming season. I'm not sure how Negan will play a role as of yet. If he follows his arc as they did in the comics, then I think it will be a pretty significant one. But, you know, as the show goes, anything can basically happen. I mean, I never thought that they would kill off Carl, but they killed off Carl, so, you know, anything could really happen at this point. The only arcs that I'm interested to see where they go is that you have Dwight's arc, which differs greatly from his comics, because in the comics, Negan didn't feel the betrayal of Dwight until it was too late. Very much how they gave that role to Eugene instead, and how he kind of surprised Negan when he jammed the guns, or sort of rigged the bullets on the Saviors. And then the other arc that'll be interesting going forward is Morgan's arc. And Morgan has that arc that's going to go on now on the Fear the Walking Dead show, but going forward on to the Walking Dead show, it should be interesting whether or not he's going to form some sort of tolerance to starting over or not. So that'll be something definitely interesting to watch. As far as other reviews are concerned, I plan on doing a Marvel Phase 1 review, Phase 2 review. Not a Phase 3 just because none of the Phase 3 movies are out yet in completion with one another. And of course, the next review after that will most likely be Infinity War. Unless I see anything in between now and then, which I think will be doubtful. But let me know what you guys thought about the finale. Do you have any hopes for season 9? Do you think Walking Dead is going to move into a more interesting direction going forward into season 9? Let me know, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video, as will Lucille in the next couple months, actually. Probably in October when the season 9 premieres. But until then, I'll see you guys. Adios.